I'm going to talk about the two rod sleeves that I feel like are the best in the market right now. The 6 cents rod sleeve and the LIV fishing rod sleeve. I'm not sure if it's LIV or LIV, whatever. So first, let's talk about the 6 cents. This rod sleeve, the neoprene is a little bit stiffer than the LIV. I would say a little bit more rugged. You know, construction here, you can tell the stitching is just a little bit thicker. The LIV is definitely softer all the way down. I wouldn't say it doesn't feel cheap, but the stitching doesn't look like it's as thick of stitches than the 6 cents. So the only issue I've really found with both of these are rods like this. This is a Fenwick rod. If you notice right here, this has got a pretty big eye right here. See that eye right there? So when you go to stick it in there, look at that. This opening on both of these need to be bigger for these rods right here. It's just not made for rods that have thicker eyes. I mean, I want to say this is a very old pole. This is 6 foot 6 inch rod, but look, I've got to kind of finagle it in there. I've got to kind of move it there. The eye kind of bends just a little bit, and once it's in there, kind of like that, it'll slide. But you can see that right there sliding. You know, it does put some pressure on the eye, which I'm not a fan of. But one thing I would say is the 6 cents is neoprene from here, and it stretches all the way. Look at that. And it's got this right here, it's just kind of a reinforcement. Now the LIV, they use this, it's not neoprene at the bottom, it's, I don't know what it is, it does not stretch at all until you get up here. It stretches really well up here, but down here there's no stretch at all. So when you're putting the big eye through this LIV, it actually will get stuck. That's what I do not like about this. So if you've got a big eye spinning reel rod, I would not go with the LIV at all. But if you have smaller eyes, I just like the way this feels than the stiffer. That's just me, but this one's gonna have more protection. But this just seems like it comes out a little bit smoother of the sleeve than the 6 cents. Now, price-wise, I think that they're about the same. 6 cents was $9.99, I believe, and LIV was, I think, $12.99. But if you buy 6, you get 2 free, or buy 4, get 2 free, or something like that. So essentially, they're the same price. But this right here is interesting for me on the LIV. Honestly, it could be a deal breaker. I don't know why they didn't go further down with this, you know, neoprene, where it's just not flexible right here for these bigger eyes. But if you have smaller eyes, not a problem at all. The next thing that might be for you on the 6 cents, the 6 cents has a loop right here that I guess you could hang them in your garage. I wouldn't use it. If anything, it can maybe only hang up for me because I pretty much keep everything in the boat, or just kind of lay everything together. I don't hang it up, but that would be a really cool option. I could see, you know, hanging it on a loop in your garage and being really a clean setup right there. And the way they stitch it, it seems pretty durable. Like it would hold up, and I don't think the stitching would really wear out. A knock on the 6 cents, I just didn't see a lot of options for casting rods and longer rods, and we use a lot of longer rods, 7-foot rods and above. LIV, they do have options. So this is what the case it comes in. You can see there it's an XL, and spinning, this is just a normal spinning. But if you've got a bait cast that's longer, you can tell how much narrower this is than this one right here. This is the bait cast option. And I think honestly it would fit most bait cast rods, because most bait cast rods aren't gonna have massive eyes on them. But if you notice on this one, they've got neoprene really low where it'll stretch. So if you do have a big eye, the biggest issue is just getting past this rubber right here, because that rubber doesn't stretch much. And I'm sure they did that just for durability, or maybe to put their logo on there. So if you have a big eye, it would probably be a problem on this. If you don't, I don't have eyes that honestly are an issue. These are really slick, because this is an 8-foot rod right here, and look where it goes right here. Pretty cool. The 6 cents is gonna give your rod more protection. For us, a lot of times we'll pile these up in the boat together. This is really just to keep them from getting tangled up for us. 6 cents is probably the better made one. LIV, for us, there's more options. You got shorter ones, you got for the longer rods. So I'm kind of torn on both of them. Hope this review helps you out to make your purchase, whether you're gonna get an LIV or 6 cents fishing. If there's other ones, hey, leave a comment below. If there's another rod cover out there, I think we're all looking for really good rod covers, rod sleeves, you know, to protect our rods that are really expensive. Be sure to put those in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.